Hello, everyone. Good day. So, for today's discussion, we will be focusing sa ating lesson 2. We're done with lesson 1. So, for lesson 2, we will be discussing the standard structure of the results chapter in quantitative research. But before that, let's have first a quick recall based on our previous lesson. So, results chapter answers what, not why or how. No? So, ngayon, alam na natin ano yung laman ng results chapter. So today, we answer new question. Paano siya inayos ng tama? Because kahit tama ang data mo, then kung magulo or gubot yung structure, no, wala, mag-redefense, mabagsak. So, for today's discussion, our learning objectives, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to first identify the standard structure of results chapter. Second, organize results according to research questions or objectives. Third, write a properly structured results section. And lastly, distinguish between sectioning, tables, and textual reporting. Okay? Now, why structure matters in results chapter? No? Bakit kaya very strict ang panelists sa structure? So in quantitative research, structure is not optional. It shows na alam mo dapat ang ginagawa mo as researcher. No? Like structure, it gives you credibility. So a well-structured results chapter, it helps readers follow your findings. It aligns with your statement of the problem, the question that is being asked. It shows methodological rigor during defense. And of course, it prevents you to give mixed results, like halo-halong results at discussion. Now, common panel questions. Why did you present this result first? Of course, yeah, it gives you the basic, no, like the correct answer should be because it follows the research question number 1 that is being asked in your statement of the problem. No? Of course, hindi lang char. Like, lang, anong naamaning nga result? Of course, your result, no, was aligned based on the specific research question being asked, no, doon sa statement of the problem. Now, this is non-negotiable. No? Your results chapter must follow exactly the order of your research questions. Like example, the result chapter must follow, no? Here, what is the level of academic motivation of students? That first question must be answered first in the results chapter. Is there a significant relationship between academic motivation and academic performance? Is there a significant difference in the academic motivation when grouped according to sex? So class, ano magiging structure ng results chapter niyo? So you must follow this one. Results for research question 1, results for research question 2, results for research question number 3. Never rearrange the order. No? Kumbaga pa, kung nagapila mo, no, never mo singit. No? So, yan. So, again, muna ang some common mistakes I observed, no? Especially other programs, especially other ano. So again, in writing results, you must follow the order what is being asked in your statement of the problem. Mubalik kayo doon. Now, let's proceed to the basic components of each results. No? Like each result subsection, like 3.1, 3.2, it depends on the format na ng school, ha? But it should consistently contain 3 parts. The first one is an introductory statement. Like the table, the figures, no? Yan yung follow next. And next is the textual description or the interpretation of the result. And skipping any of these, no? If you remove kahit isa lang dyan, medyo pangit, no, yung chapter 3 results mo. It weakens clarity and at the same time, the academic quality also of your paper. Now, sir, Pwede bang paragraph lang, walang table for chapter 3 results? The answer is no. Quantitative research needs numbers, needs tables, no? Aside from the paragraph. Now, let's discuss the introductory statement. Now, let's break down first the first component. The purpose of introductory statement, it introduces the research question. It prepares the reader for the table. No? This is like saying na this is what we are about to look at. So we have here, I presented here a standard template for no, the writing section. This section presents the result for a research question, which sought to determine the true. Depends on the question. Example, this section presents the result for research question 1, which sought to determine the level of academic motivation of senior high school students. No? The word, this section discusses the importance of academic motivation among students. This is wrong. So it uses discusses. Next, let's proceed to the component of the table interpretation. The rules for tables in results chapter. Tables must be numbered sequentially, and titles must be clear and specific. Tables must be introduced before they appear, and all tables must be referred to in the text. Example, Table 1 presents the mean scores and descriptive interpretation of students' academic motivation. What is wrong? Practice placing a table without mentioning it. Saying the table below shows, no. Referring to a table not yet introduced. So, the textual description of result, this is the most important and most graded part. What the text must include? Of course, you must include the overall result, the total mean, the overall score, the description level, the high, moderate, or low, the highest item or highest indicator, the lowest item or the lowest indicator, and then the relevant statistical values. The text should summarize, not repeat the table. Again, summarize, do not copy the table. So if your paragraph is just reading the table row by row, and that is wrong. Next, let me give you an example, a complete results section under a descriptive statistic. Now, example, here, the results for research question 1, yung tanong kanina na what is the level of academic motivation of the respondents. No? So this section presents the results for research question 1, which aim to determine the level of academic motivation of the respondents. No? The table introduction, Table 1 presents the mean scores and descriptive interpretation of academic motivation. Example result. As shown in Table 1, the overall mean score of academic motivation is 3.38, described as high. Among the indicators, intrinsic motivation obtained the highest mean of 3.62, while extrinsic motivation recorded the lowest mean of 3.14. No, why is this correct? It follows the three-part structure. It reports numbers only and no implication. But in our school, no, we natay changes dire because after presenting here the described high, gina-ask lang siya what does it mean. But yan, may konting explanation lang siya, but hindi siya further discussing what is being implied. Hindi ka dapat nagbigay ng suggestion. But sige lang, it will be discussed in a separate, no, kasi there will be a further lesson, especially I will be teaching you how to write talaga results. Next, results for research question number 2, yung kanina, no? Yung significant relationship. This section presents the result for research question number 2, which sought to determine the relationship between the academic motivation and academic performance. On the table introduction, table 2 shows the correlation between academic motivation and academic performance. And then the results revealed a significant positive relationship between academic motivation and academic performance. Why is this correct? It has a clear statistical reporting, states significance properly, and then no i-change na lang ako niya kasi may konting interpretation kasi no implication. Now, what are the common structural errors that we need to avoid? Mixing two research questions in one section, explaining causes or implication, tables without explanation, paragraph only, like walang tables, and inconsistent format per section. So, dapat if 3.1 has intro or table text, then 3.2 and 3.3 must follow the same pattern. So, let's have first an activity. Arrange the following into the correct result structure. So, asa ang mauna? A, B, C. Of course, letter B will be the first one because that's introductory statement. This section presents the result of which is question 1. The next one is the introductory statement. Table 1 shows the mean scores of study habits. And then, lastly, the letter C, the overall mean was 3.44 interpreted as high. So, to conclude, so to summarize our lesson 2, the results chapter must follow research questions, especially what is being asked in your statement of the problem. And each section must have 3 parts: the introduction or the introductory statement. The next part is the table, of course, in which I will be teaching you how to write the table. And then the text, the interpretation of the table. The structure shows credibility and discipline. And of course, consistency is the key. So let's end this class with this statement. Structure makes results credible. Thank you for listening.